Hi everyone, this is the group What Happens in Vegas, and we've created a trip builder. The main inspiration for this trip builder app is the Gen Z travelers who are redefining trip planning, and they want things to be done at a very convenient and fast pace, unlike before when you actually took a whole month to actually plan a trip. Instead, they just want everything to happen quickly. So we thought what would be the best way that we can serve the modern traveler. And we also thought what was the challenge that we faced when we planned trips either as an individual or with our friends. And we thought not having the ability to plan something efficiently which everyone was okay with is probably one of the main issues. And with that said, we've created Trip Builder, where we have an AI powered itinerary generator done using the Llama 3.1 model completely locally. We have a collaborative planning system with upvotes and downvotes. We have a hyper local recommendation system where you can see the restaurants, attractions, and other maybe coupons on deals like happy hours and where it's happening. All of this completely locally. And we have a location sharing and coordination system to find common meeting points based on the user's location. We have an integrated ride sharing to show the price difference between Uber, Lyft, and maybe the local commute options such as your subway system in New York. We also have a unique unified photo album system wherein for each group you just have a QR code that needs to be scanned, and that QR code will then directly link you to a Google Drive where you can upload the images for the trip, so you don't need to wait for someone to share, nor do you have to waste your local device storage. Now, we also have enabled an entire communication chat style system similar to WhatsApp. Now, let me show you a demo of how things work in the app. So, you just need to create the group and give the associated permissions. And now, when you go into the group, you can add members from your contacts. I am just adding two people. You can now directly type messages, and you can also call your assistant AI bot to create the entire itinerary for you depending on what you would like to do. So you just need to tell it how long your trip is going to be, where you want to go, with how many friends, what your interests are, and what your budget is. And the trip planner is going to make a detailed itinerary for you, including the recommendations and etc. So here you can see it's created a beautiful 5-day itinerary for exploring New York City for a budget of 1200 per person without travel, of course. And here you can see it has split it as day wise, and within the day we also have made it such that it can split it time wise. So what can you do in the morning, what can you do in the afternoon, what can you do in the evening, and the beautiful nightlife in New York City. We also have the estimated budgeting cost per person for each of the activities. Apart from this, you can also have the Uber or Lyft cost. So short rides in Manhattan, in Midtown Manhattan, is going to cost you between $8 to $15 uh, without surge pricing. And as a recommendation trip, you can always take the subway to avoid the traffic as well as for a cheaper travel. Apart from this, you have the unified QR code. So when you scan this, you can automatically upload the trips to a Google Drive, and that's going to save you a lot of storage locally, and you can get the photos from the drive whenever you want, and it also stays as a reminder, as a nostalgic memory for whenever you want. Here you can see the hyperlocal recommendations where we for now we just have a couple, and So it's showing you the famous food places, the timing that it's going to be open. You can also see further coupons and anything that's going to be available near the spots that you're visiting, based on the itinerary for the day. Apart from this, you also have the, and we call this anchor points. So these three locations are based on the location of the three people in the group, and based on that, whatever is the closest point that you guys can meet, say common point for you guys to get back to, those will be shown over here, the with the map, and you can just come over here or go back to the trip planner. And as for future things that we want to do, we think we can work much more on the ride sharing. We can have an agentic workflow to book trips itself for either an individual in the group or for subgroups within the group. Let's say one group wants to go to Central Park, one wants to go to Times Square. You can have an agentic workflow to book rides, and you can also have an expense tracker. We also plan on having gamification features such as challenges and badges within the group for a trip, as well as maybe give a AR VR experience of a place that they want to see, just like a slide preview. So this is what we've done in the last 24 hours for the hackathon. Thank you.